And I think this is a learning moment for anybody new who's watching who isn't or hasn't been in the hobby for a while. Do not buy cards the week they come out.
Yeah.
Right? Don't buy cards. You're paying a premium. If you wait 30, 60, 90 days, you can probably get the same card that you want, especially if you're doing this to collect. If you're doing it to make money, there are ways to flip cards fast in the first week and make money.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it to collect a card, it is not the right time to buy on a product release. You're going to see a huge influx in prices. And by the way, those prices go up, and usually they do not stay up. There will be a cliff-type fall-off of all prices in that product from the time the product releases. So just be aware, if you do like to collect cards, don't buy the week a product comes out.
The week the product comes out, you're paying PSA 12 prices. You're guaranteeing a gem on all these cards. It's just not worth it. Maybe a collector who doesn't really care about the prices buying it, but you flippers, if you're buying week one, you're making a grave mistake.
Okay, we're going to talk about another quarterback who is down in price. Joe Burrow, gold XRC back in 2022. By the way, this is not even like the card boom. This should be the end of the card boom, not a 2021 price. Sold for $28,000, a gold XRC. Its most recent sale is at $17,000. Do you think this card stays down in price, or Joe Burrow this season is going to come out, ball out, win the AFC North, and can it potentially reach that $28,000 price point again and even maybe surpass it?
Yeah, I'm glad we brought this card up because the other day I actually purchased a Joe Burrow Gold XRC Auto that just triggered a whole buy warning for me at this price point. If you see it's down to $17K in a PSA 10, that is a buy. It is not going lower than this, especially because last season he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Go out and buy Joe Burrow. If you see a huge downswing that's unheralded based on performance, then that's when you go out and pick up those type of players.
Buy the dip.
Yep.
Right?
Buy the dip.
So listen, sports cards, and to anybody in the hobby, obviously you already know this, but anybody who's new here, sports cards, they resemble stocks in a lot of ways, right? There's a lot of patterns that you could see on a chart where if you see this price, oh, it's down, I don't want to buy that player, that's the time to buy the player, right? Jason Tatum goes down in the playoffs. Guess what? Nobody's looking up Jason Tatum right now. This is the best time to buy Jason Tatum. Right? Joe Burrow sold for close to $30,000 2 years ago. Now you're getting it an almost 50% discount. That looks like an appealing buy. And as a sports fan, you should also put your sports knowledge to the test, right? You watch football. If you're a fantasy expert, you think you know that a player is going to perform extremely well this season, right? Maybe it's Joe Burrow. Maybe it's Lamar Jackson. Maybe it's Justin Herbert, right? Like Justin Herbert has had this really interesting arc over the last couple years where he surpassed Joe Burrow. He was the best quarterback. He had $1 million card sale, and then he fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't think anybody who's a sports fan, if Justin Herbert came out and won MVP and threw for the most touchdowns and threw for 5,000 yards, is anybody like, I can't believe Justin Herbert's this good? Like, he's got a monster arm, and he's had potential his whole career. A guy like that, that's who you place a bet on, quote unquote, with a card.
Yeah, and you can look at that and compare like a Jaden Daniels Gold XRC to a Joe Burrow Gold XRC. If you buy a Joe Burrow Gold XRC for less than Jaden, you can go around. That's a selling point for you. You could be like, hey, Drake May is doing more than Joe Burrow. This is a good buy. This is a flag in your buying purchase saying that you need to use other players to dictate your price. You can go out and pick up players based on, like, let's say I'm buying a Jahmyr Gibbs Gold XRC. There's no comps for it. I'm going to go look up a Bijan Robinson Gold XRC and be like, Gibbs has to be more than that. If I can buy it for under than that, then that's a good buy. You don't need to use linear comps. You can start buying cards based off other players.
Thanks for watching Up or Down. We're back with new episodes and giveaways every week. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, and check out these other videos that we think you might enjoy.